What's going on, gamers? The Red Dragon, and we are taking a look at Caspian Border. We are playing on Battlefield 3. During the course of this video, I'm going to be talking about several different things and issues. Also going to be giving you some updates on some things that are going to be changing and possibly changing in the near future. So let's begin with flashlights. Alright, so a lot of people have been complaining about flashlights. Maybe you've heard, maybe you haven't. Flashlights are going to be dumbed down. They said it's still going to blind you, if you turn the corner and one's right in your face, but the further you get, the less blinding it's going to be, because it's pretty frustrating right now. There's no word exactly on when it's going to come down and be patched, but they've thrown up some screenshots, and I think a couple of people posted some in the Battle Strats forums that you can check out to show the before and after. It definitely looks a lot better because you can actually see the person's feet. So hopefully that'll make things in life a little bit easier, because it's really frustrating being killed by a guy with a flashlight out in the middle of the wide open during the day. So that's going to be taken care of. I barely survived this chopper pilot right here. I just got out just in the nick of time. He didn't make it. Serves him right. Private servers. A lot of people have been asking for private servers. Private servers would come in handy, especially for helping a lot of people learn how to get used to flying a lot of the vehicles and just get to run around and just explore stuff or do whatever, or set up your own clan matches. Definitely. I know a lot of people like to play competitively, and without the private servers, it's impossible to do that right now. And it's a little weird, because they did say that they were going to focus on the sports thing. So they did say that private servers are something that they are looking into, and I definitely think that they'll come. I think it's just a matter of time, and I think what they're waiting on is just to kind of see what the base is going to look like, here a few weeks after release. Because I mean, they're not going to set servers to private and give up some of their power right at the beginning of the game, especially when they were having server issues in the beginning, because of course everybody always complains about EA servers in the beginning. And with that massive load, and you don't know exactly how many people are going to be on, you got to get some points and references to look at to say, alright, this is how many servers we need for the public, and then this is how many we can give maybe to the private. Maybe that's how it's going to work. I would say so. So I would say once they get some real good data, maybe a few weeks, months from now, whatever, that private servers will be an option for players. Now what you're going to be seeing throughout the course of this video is I am racking up a ton of points. I'm moving between B and C, and there's a couple of things to note. I first recorded this is actually a pretty old video, and I was saving it to kind of do a video to show that it's not about the kills, that you can rack up a ton of points just by going out and capturing bases. And you'll see that in the end of this particular game, I actually do come in second place. And it's because I was running around capturing flags. I think I only get like 3 kills maybe during the course of this entire clip. But then I got to looking at it, and I was rewatching it, and I'm like, this is one of the problems with Battlefield 3. And what it boils down to is tough love. I love Battlefield. I love this game. I'm going to be playing it for a long time to come. But if you remember, I caused up a little bit of a controversy a few months prior to the release of Battlefield 3, because I made a video stating that gameplay trumps graphics every time. And I appreciate a developer trying to go out there and trying to set new standards with the graphics and how beautiful everything looks. But I said, in the end, if the gameplay's not there, it's going to be pointless. And I mean, the gameplay's there, so it's not pointless, but maps like Caspian Border and Operation Firestorm, all these maps that are big and open, got the tanks, the jets, the helicopters, those are the maps I believe most people were looking forward to. I know, as a Battlefield veteran and fan, these were the maps I was looking forward to most. And when you complete a 10-15 minute match and the average amount of kills that people have is like only 5 or 6, that's not enough action. I'm sorry, it's not. And I think this is a perfect example, and this happens almost every time I play one of these larger maps. If you play one of the more condensed, smaller maps, of course, there's a lot more action going on and everything else. But, you know, for me, Battlefield 2 was about this type of environment, and this is what I was looking forward to most. And the jets and helicopters and all that, it's great, it's fantastic. There's just not enough people on the ground. There's just not enough players in the game. And I say that I was right in the beginning, and I would have rather have had dumbed down graphics over you know, the gorgeous graphics we have now, and had more players on the ground. 32 players, I think, was a sweet spot. I mean, hell, even one of their people on the staff came out and said that they did several tests, and like, I believe 32 to 40 something players was the sweet spot. And console players, I was never asking for 60 players. All I was asking for was just a few more players, and I think it would have made it so much better. I think the game would have been just a lot more action-packed with 32 players, and you wouldn't have run into this. Here we are over 6 minutes into the game before I saw my first boot on the ground that I was able to shoot and kill. And I think that's a little ridiculous and sad, to be honest. And you know, DICE, they wanted to push the graphical capability, but in the end, as a gamer, the most important thing is the gameplay. And I don't know. I have to say that I'm a little disappointed in that, and that's one of the biggest complaints and disappointments that I've gotten. I've seen it in a lot of other places, so I think now that people are getting their hands on it and seeing it, and they're playing, you know, 10-minute matches and coming away with, you know, 4 or 5 kills, they're also seeing that on these bigger maps, 32 players was the right way to go. And they say that consoles couldn't do it. Well, you have to go back and read what they said, because they said that they weren't willing to sacrifice some of the items that would need to be sacrificed in order to reach 32 players. So they had goals and limits set up with their dynamic lighting and all this other stuff that they weren't really willing to sacrifice in order to get the numbers of the players where I think they needed to be. And so it's not that consoles can't do it, because other games have done it in the past. Could it happen? I doubt it's going to happen. A lot of people have been asking me about it. Could it happen? I guess, because they're using dedicated servers. And if you look at Frontline's Fuel of War, if you go by Frontline's Fuel of War right now, on the back of the box, it says 32 players. But if you hop online, if they even still are running it, I don't know, because it is an older game. But they eventually, after everything kind of sorted out and they got their data in, they were able to upload servers on their end that had 50 players. So even though it says 32 players on the back of the box for Frontline's Fuel of War, you could jump in and play in a 50-player server. So I think because they control the hardware, they might could do it, because a lot of the games that we're running on right now, it does seem like they have panned out, on the consoles at least, a lot of the lag issues. I'm not seeing a lot of lag. And if they were able to tweak this, you know, who knows, maybe they could come back a little bit later and say, on these bigger maps at least, the smaller maps, you know, are good action pace, I think. But these bigger maps, the ones that a lot of people are looking forward to, the ones that feel like Battlefield games, those are the ones that are deeply missing so much action. And you'll see at the end of this clip, if I don't fast forward it, which I may have to because I'm running out of things to say, because I don't want to just start repeating myself. But you'll see at the end of this clip, we had one player who did really good, Alpine Gremlin. He's a great player. He got like 16 kills, but like almost everybody else on the team had like 5 or 6 kills averaged, and some people had a lot less than that. Like I said, I think I ended up with like 3 kills the whole time. And it's not like I'm just camping in a corner trying to hide. I mean, I'm running around trying to capture bases. So on the plus side, as a tip for you guys, Conquest is a great way to rack up a ton of points and to rank up your players, because you can go and capture those flags. I mean, you get a lot of points for neutralizing the flag, plus you get a lot of points for capturing it. So you can pick up, you know, an easy, quick 400 points, whatever, just by sitting on a flag. So that really adds up a lot. But in the end, I think this game could have been so much better, so much more action-packed. Because on Bad Company 2, I never felt like I was having to look for the action. The action felt like it was all around. And in fact, even the destruction. A lot of people said, oh, well, Frontlines and all these other games, they don't have destruction, and, you know, they don't have the Frostbite 2 engine. Well, I mean, honestly, I haven't seen a whole lot of destruction, to be honest with you. There's not a whole lot of buildings and everything out here, not like it was in Bad Company 2. That they did say that Back to Kargan, whenever it comes out in December, it's going to add or have enhanced destruction in it. But, I mean, I'm sitting there with my eyebrow, you know, halfway up in the air like The Rock, asking a question like, I thought that destruction was supposed to be a major element of the original game, not just the DLC that's coming out a little bit later. So, I have to emphasize that I love Battlefield, and maybe that's why I'm a little bit harder on it, because, you know, it's like a kid who comes home with a B on their report card. A B's great and everything, and it'll do well. But I think you're capable of doing so much better, you know, and you want your baby to do the best that it can do, and be the best that it can be. And so I think the priorities were wrong as far as the graphics go, at least on the consoles, you know. Look at Minecraft. Minecraft is one of the most played games online, and you telling me that those people care about graphics? No. Gameplay is what matters in the end. I am looking forward back to Kargan, and we will just have to wait and see what kind of changes and implementations that DICE will come up with. You'll see right there at the score, I'm third place on our team right now, and I think the next person below me had like 4 kills is the most. And to me, that's just not enough action. And I think that's really the big difference between a Battlefield player and a Modern Warfare player. Modern Warfare is action, 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 non-stop, while Battlefield is sometimes almost too little action. And so I think as far as the balance goes, it could just be tweaked a little bit. Anything else? What else was there? Oh, a lot of people were complaining about cheaters and the leaderboards, and they were asking me, you know, what's DICE going to do about it. They have said that next week you're going to be able to see their wrath or whatever, so I don't know what that means, but apparently they're getting ready to ban a lot of people. They already say that they've banned several hundred people, and they said that banning people and then wiping them off the leaderboards is 2 separate things, so they can't do them all in one swipe. So maybe that's what they're getting ready to do, is to wipe the leaderboards of the people. I don't even look at the leaderboards. I don't know. I don't get into all that, because I just play to have fun. I mean, I'm not worried about how many people cheat to get ahead, which is kind of ridiculous. One thing that did get me kind of upset yesterday was Lost in Place sent me a video of IGN where they actually posted a video showing you how to glitch and cheat with an EOD bot, and I'm like, what the hell are you thinking? That's just stupid. And I don't get why people do that. Especially a name like IGN. I don't listen to or watch a lot of IGN videos, I admit, but I still know that they're a respected name in the industry, and for you to go make a video just showing no commentary, not talking about how don't do it, it's just showing you, it's like, this is how you do it, and it's like, wow, unbelievable. And if you have to cheat to get ahead in a video game, that's just pretty pathetic anyway. But anyway, cheaters are looking like they're going to get taken care of. They're also looking at balancing the jets and everything, the anti-aircraft, just a lot of different things that they're going to be tweaking here and there. So we are still going to see a lot of different changes coming up in the game. Well, that does it for this video. Here we go, 2nd place, and not a lot of action there. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Is 32 players the right amount of players, or are you just so thankful that you have pretty trees and grass to look at? Let me know what you think.